Yo, it's JSF, and today I want to talk about inputs and basically the input issues with this game. And I don't mean the input issues that I've talked about before. I don't mean like the frost. If you try to do back 1-2 and buffer your launcher because it's down back 4, you can actually get back 1 into down back 2. Because it'll register the down back 2 it'll register the down back close enough to the 2 because you did back 1-2. I don't mean that, even though that kind of ties into this, right? Because if this is a thing, down back 2, back 1-2, down back 4, like all these buttons shouldn't be that close to each other. This kind of is a related issue, but I mean more specifically the issues that characters like Joker have, right? With like back forward inputs, right? There are a lot of inputs, but I want to start with these. And it's just super silly, right? So like, this is Joker's back forward 2, right? This is Joker's forward 2. Forward 2 is mad good. You ideally want to whiff punish with this because it has your longest range, hit confirmable, safe if you do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you whiff, cool. If you whiff the first part, right? If you whiff the whole thing, you're dead. But, you know, you typically want to poke with this. It also has a crushing blow for counter hits. So you want to whiff punish with that, right? So if you're doing any back and forth, you know, you want to do that, right? Problem with that is if you ever do something like dashing, back dash, you get that. And that move has a ton of recovery. I'm just doing back dash into forward 2. Backdash into forward 2. Now, you wouldn't think that'd be so common, but it is because if you're playing any type of neutral, you know what I mean? You're gonna forward dash, you're gonna backdash, you're gonna walk, you're gonna go back and forth, right? You're gonna do it. And with the online in this game being as shitty as it is, even if you're doing walking back like this, right? Even if you're just walking back and forth, you know, you might just get a back forward 2 when you're trying to just do a forward 2. It's the same thing with his back forward 3. His low fireball, right? I played in a match the other day that was so laggy, this input wouldn't even come out. It wouldn't even give it to me. So instead, I always just got forward 3. No matter what I did, if I tried back forward 3, I just got forward 3. The problem with that is, look at forward 3. So I'm like here trying to shoot a safe low fireball, but instead I get this, and I whiff this button with a shit ton of recovery, and I get full combo punish every single time, right? It's just the silliest thing. It's the same with this, right? Joker has a ton of back forward inputs. He has back forward 3, back forward 1, back forward 2, back forward 4, and back forward inputs should not exist. All right, let me say that again. Back forward inputs like this should not exist. Now, if you want to do a half circle input for like command grabs, that's totally fine. But in this game, command grabs don't even have that input. They either have down, back, forward, or some like gears is just like down, back, or something. Like, they're very inconsistent, right? And then you have characters like Noob Saibot and Kung Lao who have down up teleport inputs, which is also really stupid because the only reason they have those inputs is because, oh, it was like this in MK3, which I don't understand because they changed other inputs since then. They've changed like Sub-Zero slide input. They changed Scorpion spear input from MK9 to now, right? From MK9 to MKX, he has a different spear input. His spear input was always back, and punch, whatever punch button, right? Now it's back forward because, well, they wanted it to be that. And while that isn't usually a huge issue for that character, it's just like a weird thing. Like certain types of inputs shouldn't exist. Like inputs are really, really important in fighting games. Inputs are literally the entire game. A few years ago, before Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out, people lost their shit because they said they took DP inputs out of the game. Right? You know, DP input, if you don't know, the Shoryuken, the forward, is literally just forward, down, forward, you know, punch, right? Forward, down, forward. It's just like forward and a fireball, right? People went crazy. They said they replaced them with a down input. Everybody was like, what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And they did, but they didn't. They left reuse in the game, which, you know, is something, but, you know, it says something, right? They put thought into their inputs. They thought about it, right? If you look at a game like Dragon Ball doesn't have a single back forward input, down, up, none of that shit. No other fighting games have this, right? Oh, I can't say none. Street Fighter has back forward, but it's charged, so it's different. Right, it's different when I hold the button for 2 seconds and then do something, right? It's not just me, oh, you backdash and out. Like, you won't get that mistake in Street Fighter. And when it has down up inputs, they're charge moves. So you hit the button as you go up. Like, you're taught that. And people have been taught that for 30 years now. So it's not nothing new, right? And with Dragon Ball, every special move is quarter circle forward, quarter circle back, or down. That's it. And there are characters with way more moves than they have in Mortal Kombat. In Mortal Kombat, in this game, right, let's look at Joker's special moves. Look, Batsy Poo, Kapow, Batsy Pee Poo, this shit. Every single special move, granted, I equip low fireball, right? I equip this, but this, well, I equip this too. I equip these two, right? But even if I don't equip this, he already has a move that's back forward too, right? This is a base move. You know, this is a base move. So 3 of his base moves are back forward. What is, like, why can't it be down forward 1, down back 1, down forward 4, down back 4, down forward 2, down back 2? I don't have anything inputted for those, right? Like, sure, his parry is down back 1 if you're playing that move, but my point is, why can't all the moves be designed that way? And I'm not trying to turn Mortal Kombat into Street Fighter, but there is a reason that back forward inputs are not common in fighting games. There's a reason for it, and it's even hard when you're trying to like backdash and still do a fireball, or forward dash and still do a fireball. You got to do like forward, back, back, forward. You got to do 3 backs and then you get an accidental jump and shit like that. Like it just makes something that shouldn't be difficult more difficult than it needs to be. And it's funny because NetherRealm themselves said, we don't want execution to be the barrier of entry, but you made this weird execution. And not to mention, like, there's like a lot of bugs, like the frost issue I talked about earlier, right? Where you can just sometimes randomly get this, right? And the thing is, you might not even get close bomb, because if you get close bomb, it might hit. As you can see, it might not hit, right? And this can happen randomly, like that. Instead of getting this, or instead of getting this, and then it's a whatever, right? The problem with this is it registers the down back with the 2. So even though I'm doing back 1 2 down back 2, or back 1 2 down back, I'm not committing to a button, right? I'm buffering the down back because my launcher is down back 4. If I do that and I get the fireball, it's because it reads the down back and the 2 together. And I saw a video Dragon did recently where like in a flawless block OS you can do 2 up when you flawless block something instead of flawless block up 2. And that type of shit is only possible because the game is poorly designed, right? It's kind of why I hate the OSs in this game. I don't hate option selects in general, even though most of them are typically removed or shouldn't be in the game. I don't hate them if like they don't ruin the game. But the ones in this game are literally just a product of bad game design. Like it's because it's reading the inputs in the wrong order. So you can, certain characters like Frostier can get the wrong input because the game read your inputs in the wrong. It's not like I'm doing back 1 down back 2. I'm literally doing back 1 2 and then something else, right? And then I get that. Like my hands are doing that. Like I know what I'm pressing with my hands. But anyway, my whole point with this video is you can design a whole game without, like, Frost Fireball's back forward 3. And her backdash sucks, right? So sometimes I just be trying to backdash Fireball and I get random standing 3 because I have a lot of recovery in my dash. And, you know, my timing, see right there. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to backdash, you don't always get it, especially online. It happens a ton. And then you're sitting here just whiffing random buttons because the game's like LOL. Whereas if it was like down back 3, I'll never fuck this input up ever. I will never ever fuck this input up ever. It's just a smoother input. It's a cleaner input. It doesn't really disrupt anything. You know, it doesn't really disrupt your mobility. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just I just don't get it. And I understand that NetherRealm just didn't think this far ahead. They didn't like look at their game well enough. They didn't look at it with a close enough lens to say, hey, if I have a button that's a forward 2, maybe I shouldn't have a back forward 2, right? Because then you accidentally get it sometimes. And some of the back forward 2 moves got hella recovery. I can literally get full combo punished because I'm here, I'm here, I backdash, and then I recognize something. Right, I backdash and I'm like, oh shit, they did something punishable. I want to whiff punishable forward 2. You know what I mean? And then I do that instead and they fucking kill me. It sucks, man. But anyway, I just think all back forward inputs need to go, all down up inputs need to go, all the weird wonky inputs, down back forward. No, get rid of all that shit, bro. Clean up your game, clean up the inputs. And like, I just think it's a lot of little shit like this that ruins the game. And that's why sometimes I forget things when I say, hey, do this and it'll fix the game, blah, blah, blah. But it's too many changes. It's too many little things wrong with this game. And there's some big things wrong with this game that just kind of fuck it up for me. And I know we've adapted. We played like this for a long time. But my point is, we shouldn't have to. Nobody else has to. Why do we? Oh, that's how it's always been in Mortal Kombat 11. No, it hasn't. They've changed inputs. They've changed inputs from MK2, MK3, MK4 to today. They've changed them. I'm telling you. I promise. I looked it up. Scorpion shit has changed. Sub-Zero shit has changed. Certain character shit, Kano Ball has definitely changed. Like, they know what they're fucking doing, but they don't know what they're doing. I hope that makes sense, man. If you know, you know. Anyway, if y'all enjoy the content, please sub to the channel. I will still be playing this game, even though I haven't been playing a lot of Guilty Gear. But that game's been bad fun. But I don't like the super inputs in that game. So it was making me think a lot about inputs lately. So that's where this video comes from. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoy. Y'all stay safe. JSF, I'm out. Peace.